Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Doom Patrol Season 3, Episode 8, Subconscious Patrol. And that banging in the background you hear is Pepper, who decided that today, right now, would be a great time to be aggro and angry, is what she's doing. Because, I'm on this and I'm not playing with her. So that's what's going on. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. Also, if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, best thing to do is not hit that bell down below because that's an 80-20% chance that YouTube won't notify you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there and all the links to my pages. So this Facebook page, my this YouTube page, I should say, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. Hey, Mercenary, how's it going? All right, let's get to it, shall we? Pepper, knock it off. Spoiler alert. I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. All right. You've got a little chance to hit that pause button or the stop button or whatever it is and go and watch. Okay, we're good. So we finally find out what the eternal flagellation is, which is Dada speak for revenge, is really what it is. And who's leading up this whole revenge plot but Rita. And we find out that Rita has gained all her fucking memories back. So she has gone from the future to the past, back to the future again. And when she came back to the future, she regained all her memories of herself, because all she remembered, she didn't remember anything when she went back to 1917, even up until 1949. And she was the one that actually pushed herself back into the room to get killed, posing herself as Madame Rouge. So, wow. So that was kind of a neat little aside that we got there. When Shipley, the ship, as we, did his little narration there. But we also find out that the eternal flagellation is basically everyone in the world switching who they are on the outside with their subconscious person. Basically, all their worst, darkest memory, or not the darkest memory, but um, their guilt, if you will, or the thing they're most embarrassed by, and that is what comes comes to the front, to your subconscious. And in Cliff's case, it's being a really bad father because he never really wanted to be a father, and finally admits all of this because he left his infant daughter out in the car while he went inside and partied with blow and strippers, is what this was. So that's his worst version. Larry, of course, is not standing up to his mother and saying, this is who I am. I can't be who you want me to be. So that is his worst version. Cyborg is actually pretty tragic. I mean, Vic is the whole thing of him just wanting a toy. He wanted a black superhero toy when he was a kid and almost getting arrested because, well, first he was being a dick by just kind of dumping all the toys off of the shelf, but that's no reason to be arrested, quite honestly. And yeah, and his father basically tells him, sits down and has a talk with him, saying, dude, you can't make any mistakes, when you're black in the United States. It's, yeah, anyway. Yeah, he went down that road, and oh man, I mean, now you can actually see a whole bunch of stuff. And I don't know if you noticed it, but when he is actually looking at the different toys on the shelf, there's a cowboy dressed all in white, kind of like Dr. Cowboy. his imaginary friend. And I'm wondering if Dr. Cowboy came about at that same time as when General Tony came in. General Tony being the only black uh, toy that was there in the store for, that his father bought him. And then, of course, Jane ends up getting a really bad, hand on this as well, because Kay ends up moving to the forefront, and Kay just wants to grow up at this point. And she's kind of mirroring a bit of what Dorothy was going through with being repressed all this time and being kept as a child, even though she's, you know, 70, 80 years old, somewhere around that point. So that is some really interesting shit that was going on in this episode. It really was. CBM says, I didn't realize the ship had a personality until this episode. I remember the narration in the ship, but didn't realize it was coming from the ship. Yeah, she did call it Shipley in the 1917 patrol, but I didn't get that either, that it had a personality until we got to that point. Um Wow. So that's what the eternal flagellation was. It's all because, of course, Malcolm was killed, and the indifference of, I don't know, the Bureau of Normalcy. So Rita just lashing out, and at one point, I forget who it was. I think it was Cliff who says, "Isn't that kind of like the Brotherhood of Evil?" And she's like, "No, it's completely different." And she doesn't like being shown that basically what she is doing to the world is evil. So we actually have one of our own characters, our own teammates here, doing to our heroes, if you will, what a villain would do. And so we also have that to deal with in all of this episode, in the subconscious patrol. And of course, they come through it all. They work through their guilt, repression. Uh, they come to grips with that item in their subconscious so that they can come forward again, and their subconscious self can go back to the subconscious. Except for Jane. Jane comes back to the underground, and the underground is devoid of any other personalities other than her and Kay. And Kay is like, yeah, they're all gone. Um, So yeah, there was a lot to unpack in this episode, and even though there's a bunch of funny moments, there was a lot of deep, deep stuff. And again, this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning: is you had the first season, which was about being made, coming into being. The second season was more of rebelling against what happened, about what who did this to you, and really kind of fighting back and taking charge of oneself. And then this third season is coming to grips with who you are, and dealing with that, and kind of, uh, I guess you could say, working through your issues. And I've said this, I've been saying this now in multiple episodes of this season, and I'm glad to actually see this is what it's coming to. This is the fruition of it. We're going to have this team come together. It's going to gel together, and I think they're going to be more powerful for it, and all of this. Where Rita's going to stand now at this point, I don't know, because she's working with the Sisterhood of Dada, they're against Madame Rouge, and Madame Rouge is she really evil though? I mean, I'm trying to figure out if Madame Rouge is actually evil, or if she's just, you know, uh, fed up with everything. I mean, Niles Calder basically denied her a promotion, is what it was. He had a strongly worded letter that basically said, and he shit on her in the letter. He did it nicely though, but he shit on her, which cost her promotion. And because of that, and Rita calls her out on this definitely and says, you want power. And the more power you get, it's not enough. And Madame Rouge's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And she, of course, has joined the Brotherhood of Evil in order to test out the time machine that the Brain and Monsieur Mallah have made, um, or backwards engineered. So this is the other interesting thing too. So the time machine that Madame Rouge brought to the future, that Rita brought back to the past, the Brain actually sees that time machine in the past in 1917, makes a working time machine, which happens to be the same time machine that Madame Rouge is going to be using to take to the future. So I mean, it hurt my brain. It really, really hurt my brain going to the time loop on that one. That actually really hurt. And yes, exactly, CBM. That's the other thing is we finally find out that how Laura DeMille becomes Madame Rouge, and it's because Monsieur Mallah says, "What do you think of Madame Rouge?" as the name, and she liked it, of course. I don't know if she was, if she always was. I think she finally became Madame Rouge in this episode. We found out the where it came from. We had a lot of the Sisterhood of Dada missing in this episode. This was more just focused on our heroes and their subconscious, and what the fuck was going on in their subconscious. And I got to give it to Cliff. He had my favorite scene, just with the lines in it. It goes, "Which of you felt fucks is Jane?" And then when he picks up Jane, and he goes, "Huh? Is someone's hand up your ass?" He kind of says it under his breath. He goes, Is someone's hand up your ass, making your lips move? Oh, just like a little baby." And and she just tell him to shut the fuck up, which I thought was pretty damn funny. That whole underground avenue scene was just disturbing, wrong. I mean, when they rip apart Harry, poor little Harry, the lamb doll, and he has felt blood coming out of his neck, little felt streamers, and out of his ear, and yeah, that was just really wrong. But we also get that Kay has said that she wants Jane dead. That was when they were confronting their subconsciouses at this point. Yeah, Kay was basically telling Jane that she wants her dead because she wants to grow up. She doesn't think she needs the other subconscious her other personalities anymore. And so yeah, it's going to be interesting. The last two episodes that we got two more episodes, 9 and 10 out of this, and we just got dropped a heavy bomb on this one. So CBM says, since the beginning of the show, I mean, because she gained the name in the past, time travel shit. Yeah, true. Mercenary says, I like Brendan Fraser versus Brendan Fraser. Yeah. Robot Man versus Cliff. Yeah, I did like that. And that whole thing where uh Cliff still does not want to admit to himself even that he didn't want to be a father, and it's only until his subconscious leaves, and that's when he finally admits it to everyone else, is that he never wanted to be a father. And it was just kind of thrust upon him. And yeah, I mean, that's some shit parenting right there. I mean, he finally realizes, you see little snippets of this throughout this season, is that he is exactly like his father. He was trying to escape his father's shadow, and of course, he became exactly like his father in the end of all of this, and then finally admits to it that he is his father. And of course, when he wakes up, we got all the ramifications of this too. Is that everyone had been at a certain point before they went into the fog, and when Cliff wakes up, he's still in the garage, uh, where Clara catches him and goes, "This isn't going to work, is it?" And he's like, "Fuck, no, it's not." And so he gets caught, most likely with Clara's credit card, in the garage there. Um, Cyborg is the one. Vic wakes up with his dad standing over him, and he's got the new synthetic skin on. He's lost all his cybernetics because, of course, remember the doctor said she was probably going to have to call Silas to come in to help with all the cybernetic implants. And again, like I said, Jane and Kay are the only two left in the underground. Larry goes back and grabs the pupae and brings it back into the manor to care for it. And I still say it's Silky from Teen Titans. Yeah. So, and Rita, we don't know what happened to Rita. We don't know where Rita's at. She's out there in the world fucking things up. So, good god damn dog, what are you doing? So, CBM says it was an emotionally brutal episode, but it was so fucking cool to see the whole main cast interacting with one another, with the exception of Timothy Dalton. Yeah, I agree with you. It was actually very, very cool what they what they did. If you went to the end of the episode, by the way, on HBO Max, they give you the trailer for the next week, and then they go into kind of like a mini making of the episode of what you just watched, Subconscious Patrol, and they were talking about how cool it was that they all got to work together with their alter egos and stuff like that. And yeah, I found that cool too, that they got to do that. And also, I've just got to say, the crazy thing of riding a stripper cake car out of the subconscious into the consciousness. Yes, out of the subconsciousness to the consciousness, and to confront your subconscious mind. That was just kind of insane genius, I could say. Yeah, I would say that. This is one of my favorite episodes. Actually, this is my favorite episode of this season so far. It really is. There's just enough weirdness for me in there, and just enough of them working through their issues and having an endpoint, getting through things. And that's kind of what you want in your TV show. You don't want it to be stagnant. Yeah. Yeah, Rita did confront Madame Rouge at the end, but there really wasn't anything resolved out of that one. So we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, we've got 2 more episodes to go, and the world is still in peril now at this point. So now it's up to our team to do something about it. And Cyborg is no longer a superhero because all his enhancements are gone. So what are we going to do? We don't know. And Jane and Kay are trapped in the underground from what it looks like. So I'm wondering if Dr. Harrison has taken control of the above ground, if you will. And with all the other personalities, that would be kind of an interesting thing, but we'll see next episode. If you watch the trailer, you got a little teaser of it. So good episode, loving it. Again, I'm so glad they have a season 4 coming up as well. They can just build upon this and build upon this and build upon this, and it's really the best show on TV right now. If you're not watching it, you should be. Oh, if you're not watching it, why are you watching my show here? So, because I'm pretty deep into it at this point. So, what else do I have going on this week? Well, funny you should ask. Tomorrow I'm off. Saturday is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. Sunday, I'm still on the fence about being off or not. I may do spoiler alert, just because I do need to talk about what we do in the shadows. There is a big thing that happened in what we do in the shadows this week. So I probably will do this, but yeah, we'll see. Monday will be the season and series finale of Why the Last Man, because that's the way they roll. Tuesday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's going to be the season 2 of Lock and Key on Netflix. Season 2 of Lock and Key on Netflix. Wednesday, I'll be off. And then Thursday, we roll back around again to Doom Patrol. There you go. So, with that said, thank you to everybody who joined me today in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library pops up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you don't want to know when I'll be on live again next, hit that bell down below. It's an 80-20 chance that YouTube will not notify you. So best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I put up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there, all the links to my pages, and pretty much anything pertinent is on that page there. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again on Saturday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may have your subconscious switch with your consciousness, and that's no bueno, because then you have to work through that issue, whatever those issues are that you have, or that one issue, the one big main issue, and you're not going to escape until you've done it. And even then, you don't know what you're going to be walking into. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Saturday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots and those flu shots, and stay safe out there. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you again on Saturday. Have a good night and a good Friday, too. How about that?